What's going on, everybody? Josh Engelman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Monday, November 8th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, @Josh Engelman. Only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Let me know in the comments section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. And finally, shout out to PrizePicks for being the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code AWESEMO when signing up at PrizePicks to get a 100% instant match deposit bonus of up to $100. Now, we round out the bottom of my top 10 with Miles Bridges, Harrison Barnes, Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Gordon, and PJ Dozier on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm going to Luka Doncic. Point guard, small forward eligible. So you get the extra guard forward utility. You can put him in 5 spots. That looks great. 10,700, projected for 58. The goal's only 60.5. He's in the optimal lineup 22% of the time. I got him in for about 1.6 fantasy points per minute in this spot against the Pelicans because the Pelicans stink. 36% usage, 29, 9, and 9, a stock and a half. Look, if you're paying up, don't be afraid to do it with Luka today. I think there's more than enough value on the slate, whether it's whoever's going to be replacing Michael Porter Jr. on Denver or the Frank Kaminsky's of the world. Spoiler alert for that one. I think you're not going to have much of an issue paying up for Luka. And when you get that extra positional flexibility, it's really, really difficult to get away from him. But if you do get away from him, go to power forward center eligible Anthony Davis. 10,200, projected for 55. The goal's 58. He's in the optimal lineup 24% of the time. I got AD in for 36 minutes. We know there's no LeBron. He's around a 1.5 fantasy point per minute guy in this spot, which is pace up against Charlotte. 2.8 possessions above their average. Both Charlotte and the Lakers fast this year. 31% usage for AD, 29 and 11 as a baseline projection, so you're expecting the double-double bonus. Not to mention 3 assists and 3 stocks. The baselines here are just incredible for AD. I don't care if he gets a tummy ache or if his thumb is a little sore. Anthony Davis on an 8-game slate as a pay-up option against the Hornets in this spot without LeBron, no-brainer. In at number 3, I'm going Desmond Bane. Small forward eligible. Price is down to just 4,700. Projected for 31. The goal's 35. He's in the optimal lineup 25% of the time. I think Bane is basically a fantasy point per minute guy in this spot. 30 minutes, 22% usage, 16 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, maybe a stock. Pace up spot against Minnesota. I realize Minnesota's defense has been better so far this year. That is not something I expect to continue throughout this year. That's what happens when Karl Anthony Towns is your center. You have a bit of a ceiling as a defense. So I do think the defense comes down a little bit. I think they're overplaying it just a tad. But Bane under 5K, there's enough shots to go around. We saw when his price tag was in this range a week and a half ago, he was putting up multiple games in the mid to low 30s. That's right at his GPP goal. So I think there's even more of a ceiling there for Bane. 4,700 just works. But if you're not a Bane guy, go to his center, Steven Adams, just 4,500, center only, projected for 30.5. The goal's 34. He's in the optimal lineup 26% of the time. I gave Adams 28 minutes. He's a little over a fantasy point per minute guy in this spot. 9 points, 12 boards. This should be a great spot for Steven Adams on the boards. 2.5 assists, maybe a stock and a half. That same matchup against Minnesota. Again, Adams is just underpriced. To only need 34 out of Adams, he's basically projected for a high-quality double-double right away. If a little bit more happens and he gets to 16 and 12, 16 and 14, the stocks come in. I mean, Steven Adams going for north of 34. 34 is the goal. He does it 26% of the time. If he goes north of 34, you probably have to have him in a lineup. I can't get away from Steven Adams at 4,500. Now, before we get to the obvious number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, @Josh Engelman. Only place you get updates to my sims as we get closer to lock. Please let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are for today's slate. And finally, shout out to PrizePicks again for being the presenting sponsor. No way around it today. With no DeAndre Ayton, Frank Kaminsky is your number 1 contender. Power forward center eligible, 4,300. Projected for almost 30 fantasy points. The goal, just 33. He's in the optimal lineup. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Monday, November 8th. Almost forgot the date. FanDuel version of this video is around here somewhere. Make sure you check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Make sure you're tuning in to Live Before Lock at 6 p.m. I will be on going over everything we've got for the final hour before lock, and then I will be back again tomorrow with another edition of The Contenders.